Peace, family. Peace and love. Peace and love, family. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? When y'all see me looking off, it seems like outer space. I'm either checking the clock or my children. This time it's the clock. I know I'm a little bit late. Forgive me. I'm so excited to have received this gift in the mail. The Sacred Woman. It's a lot of stuff in here that I won't be able to pronounce, family. I'm going to really need you. When I'm reading to myself, it doesn't matter. Hi, gorgeous, back to you. When I'm reading to myself, it doesn't matter if I botch it, but with you listening, I want you to help me. Some of you have these words, like I posted, how do I pronounce the word P-T-H-I? I can't even remember what she told me. Damn, might have been Ptah. I don't know, but Neptets and Tirus and Hirus and all of that, I'm going to let you know now I'm going to mess it up. But I'm going to mess it up in love, okay? All right, let me give you the copyright set. Wait, so here we go. Sacred Woman, starting with the beginning. It looks like, well, you can't see it, A-F-U-A. Queen Afua. Yes, Velvet, if you could type out a pronunciation for that. Bo, am I married? Don't do that when I'm reading, Bo. Go get Sacred Woman, okay? And follow along. We pick it up on page 1. All right, here we go. I love your reflection. Tighten up now. Tighten up. All right, preface. Preparing to enter the gates. Sacred Woman training. Ring, ring. 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? The sister on the other end of the phone began to weep. I'm so frightened. My doctor told me that my ovaries are dead. I'm only 29 years old, and I feel like I'm going through menopause. What am I to do? She pleaded. Ring, ring. 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? A sad, quiet voice said, the gynecologist I just saw tells me that I have to have a hysterectomy. I'm only 30 years old with 1 daughter. I was hoping to get married again and have more children. In 1982, I was diagnosed with pelvic inflammatory disease and regenerating fibroid tumors. The tumors didn't cause me any major problems for 6 or 7 years, but now they've grown. What can I do? Do you think you might be able to help me in a natural way? I don't want to lose my womb. Ring, ring. 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? There was a deep sigh from the caller. Hello, Queen. I guess I'm finally ready to try the natural way. Nothing else has worked. I'm getting heavy bleeding with only about 10 days between my periods. In between, I'm in constant PMS and a screaming lunatic with my family and coworkers. I just can't go on this way. As the founder and director of the Heal Thyself Center and a holistic health consultant, colon therapist, polarity practitioner, and lay midwife, I have experienced a natural living lifestyle for more than 25 years, and I have guided thousands along the path of purification for more than 20 years. But nothing in my experience as a minister of purification and a Nubian Kemetic priestess of the temple Nebtet, initiated through the shrine of Ptah, could have prepared me for the epidemic of womb disasters that began to appear at the Heal Thyself Center. Ptah. Okay. Well, we don't have to know how to pronounce it, right? Y'all listening in love? I'm fucking up in love. Legit. All right, let's keep going. All right, the issue of African American women's health has been one of many primary concerns. I know how chilling the statistics are. There are more than 550,000 hysterectomies performed each year in the United States. Yet, as Dr. Michael E. Toaf, creator of the Alternative to Hysterectomy website, comments, in the vast majority of these cases, the indications for surgery are benign, non-life-threatening conditions. Only 10% of hysterectomies are performed for cancer. Due to this widespread practice, the National Black Women's Health Project's public education and policy program has highlighted the following issues among its top priorities for African American women's health: reproductive health and rights issues such as high rates of breast and cervical cancer and STDs and excessive hysterectomies. Their efforts are critical when we consider the fact that by the age of 60, more than 1/3 of the women in the United States have had a hysterectomy. An article on indications for hysterectomy found that African American women and women with male gynecologists are more likely to undergo hysterectomies. Research has shown that African American women are more likely than white women to have a hysterectomy, are hospitalized longer, and are at higher risk for complications and death. Based on 1986 to 1991, hold on, family. Reading that, I realized I never gave you that copyright info. Let me give you that, because they lurking. Ooh, shit, they lurking. Copyright 2000 by Queen Afua, Helen O. Robinson. Look, AFUA, somebody pointed out that it looks like aqua without the Q, so it could be Afua, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, that dog won't hunt. I'm sorry about that. Kelsey family, I gotta call my sister back. Okay, so I gave you the copyright stats. We're gonna keep pushing. Thanks for listening. Due to the widespread practice, the National Black Women's, Okay, their efforts are critical when we consider that by the fact, age 60. The years. Based on 1986 to 1991 hospital data from the state of Maryland, researchers found that African American women are 25% more likely to have a hysterectomy than are white women the same age. The study also indicated that African American women undergoing the same procedure are more likely to experience complications, remain hospitalized longer, and have a higher risk of death than white women. Judgment Day is every day, as our ancestors have told us. Judgment Day is every day. Many of the health books on the market today convey a sense that we need only to treat health as an accessory, one that we can buy at a department store, just as we'd buy a pair of earrings. Well, it's simply not true. We get confused by our consumers. Hold on, family. Hold on, fam. I can't take too many more distractions. Let me see if I can. All right, if I get disconnected, I'm coming right back. Hold on. Hold on, bear with me. Rock with your girl. Rock with your girl. I got the raggedy phone. Thank you, Samsung. You know, they designed them to fall apart after 9 months. So you'll be ready for the new update. Hold on. Yeah, my little i6 ain't been shit since the 7 came out. Hold on. Yes, did I call this an I something? Hold on, family, I'm coming. No, mama feathers. I'm coming, family, I'm coming. Just hold on, we trying to get this healing. Is that good? All right, got you. I'm glittering. Okay. All right, here we go. So, again, thank you for your patience with me. Well, it's simply not true. We get confused by our consumer's way of thinking, which says that if only we have this car or that brand name clothing or this stereo system or that house, all things outside of the self, then everything will be fine. But you can't buy good health no matter how much money you have, what kind of possessions you have, how many degrees you've earned, what job title you hold, or what neighborhood you live in. You have to plan and cultivate good health. You have to commit to good health. You have to live good health because it comes from the inside out. It comes from what you bring to your life. Positive, empowering thoughts, prayer and affirmations, uplifting company, and high-quality, life-giving foods. To have excellent health, you must invest time and energy into the transformation of your sacred body temple. And once you've acquired excellent health, you must maintain it vigilantly. That's the true divine challenge, one that you can and must meet. The state of your womb reflects the state of your life. The womb is the gateway of all human life. When the womb is honored and respected, she becomes a channel of power, creativity, and beauty, and joy reigns on earth. When her voice goes unheard, unanswered, denied, the womb becomes a vessel of disease. The collective state of women's wombs reflects the condition of the world. When so many women's wombs suffer from tumors, cysts, frigidity, and heavy menstrual bleeding, when so many women experience sexually aggressive acts and unnecessary hysterectomies, then disharmony covers the earth. The condition of women's wombs also directly reflects the condition of women's minds, spirits, and actions. The womb is a storehouse of all our emotions. It collects every feeling, good and bad. Today we have collectively reached a state of negative womb power. Unnatural living and unhealthy lifestyles perpetuate negative womb power, and this in turn supports the conflicts of humans against the planet, humans against humans, and woman against the womb. The condition of a woman's womb also reflects the condition of all her relationships. When a woman's womb is in a healthy state, her life is a reflection of this balance. The love and care that a woman gives to her womb reflects her true level of emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental health. Unfortunately, too many women in today's world experience some form of womb degeneration that results in disease. As we women heal and transform our wombs, we will change our destiny and the destiny of our planet. Women, it is time to take back control. We must defend our wombs with our lives, for the womb is the birthplace of all our creative abilities. Nankulukuliko Tahimba, a blessed nurse midwife, spoke very eloquently about the power of the fully revitalized womb. As a midwife and a keeper of the shrine of Meshkinet, as one who has helped to birth countless babies of light onto this earth, I know that Sacred Woman speaks to the power of the womb. So often we women do not realize the power we possess, what ways this power can be manifested, and what factors can alter the patterning of the womb for better or for worse. A female is born with all the sacred ova she will ever use in her lifetime. Each ovum is a sacred entity unto itself. Hence, it's important not only to use these words of wisdom for our woman selves, but also to use this text to assist our daughters as they move into womanhood. For example, we must initiate our daughters and our own girl selves into the many practices that enhance the strength of the womb. In turn, wombs that are strong and powerful will become a sanctuary for the fertilized ovum. In this way, we break the chains of generational womb problems. Example, menstrual cramps, fibroids, infertility, and so on. In Sacred Woman, we learn techniques from herbology to hydrotherapy to protect our wombs from inner and outer oppressions. We learn how we perpetuate harmful self-behaviors, and then we turn gratefully to the Queen Afua method of transformation. We learn how to spiritualize ourselves for the upliftment of the sacred womb. For when we learn to affirm ourselves, we automatically empower our womb. The Sacred Woman Mission. Many women's voices speak through these pages, and I believe yours will too. My prayer is that the message of this book will ignite your transformational journey. When you open yourself up to the Sacred Woman you truly are, you will receive a higher vision of self and the hope, help, and courage you need to go forward. The book is successful if it encourages you to help not only yourself, but also another woman, sister, or friend in need of wellness. This book is your reminder from the universe that you possess the innate power to create transformation and change, personally, communally, and globally. Bring forth your Hetepu, warrior queen skills, and you will be victorious in the remaking yourself into a divine vision. Now is your time, the time to reclaim yourself and unleash your power as a sacred woman. Sacred Woman is a path and journey for inner freedom, a roadmap to divinity. It is the road of emancipation led by the first mothers of the earth, African women. Sacred Woman consciousness is the ultimate answer to planetary healing. We are embarking upon a journey of liberation, and our destination is freedom. The price for freedom may be high, but the price that we pay for being imprisoned and cut off from the very root of our being is even higher. When you choose life, you must have the courage to sacrifice your old, worn-out, ineffective self. As you transform from a wounded woman to a sacred woman, you will evolve from a frightened, withdrawn state to a courageous one. You will move from confusion to serenity, from mistrust to trust, from spite to compassion and love, from weakness to empowerment, from being an unconscious woman to being a wise woman. You will move from a disturbed mind to a divine mind, from relentless to contentment, from boredom to creativity, from a suppressed woman to an expressive one. You will rise from a deflated woman to an inspired woman, from a depressed woman to a joyful one, from a disease-infected person to a disease-free one, a dishonest woman to an honest woman, from a follower to a leader and free thinker, from a pessimist to an optimist. Like a lotus in the sun, you will blossom into a radiant, sacred woman. As you grow and ascend into a sacred woman, you will heal in countless dimensions by way of prayer. healing affirmations, visualizations, sacred dance, purification rites, fasting, eating live foods, altar work, storytelling, holistic nutrition, and nature cures, filled with mother wit. Through the 9 gateways of illumination, the path of the sacred woman restores us to our ancient African tradition with its legacy of power, beauty, and healing. As you ascend as a sacred woman, you will meet and greet your spiritual guardians, ancestors, and elders who hold the keys to the gateways to heaven on earth. Your state of consciousness will soar as you journey on to uproot and purge out the deteriorated or dilapidated parts of yourself. As you travel through each gateway, you will finally reach your sacred seat of Ast, Isis, the great mother of African spirit of wisdom, power, and healing. In your divine seat of higher mind, body, and spirit, you will be fully charged and ready to be crowned by Neferetum, the divine lotus who will aid and guide you as you reach out to others who are also in need. This is how together we will create planetary healing. As a sacred woman in the making, who is constantly unfolding and reinventing herself as she travels through the many gateways to wholeness, you will weave your Seneb shawl of beauty, health, and purity. Freedom will erupt within you, for after all, sacred woman, your destination is freedom and your quest, liberation. Welcome home. All right, family. Wait a minute, y'all want to keep going? I'm loving this part too. This is Sacred Woman, a Blackboard bestseller, a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit. Queen Afua, I saw a sister reading a passage from it, and she could hardly get through it. You know what I'm saying? It was a poem, I guess. You know, it was like a conversation. It sounded like a letter a woman wrote to her womb, you know, and it just talked about all the abuse she put her through, you know, the way she ate and the men that she laid with and the abortions that she had, and just how she never, like, how her womb is what makes her woman. It's not your pussy that make it, how your womb, you know what I'm saying? That black hole of the birthplace of creativity, how that is what makes us who we are. So for you to not pay homage, for you to not ever, like, fuck, you give yourself, you say happy birthday and you didn't even do shit but show the fuck up. like your womb has held you down. I tell people, I put a lot of miles on these feet and they hurt now. You feel me? If you don't take care of your feet, they gonna be fucked up. You gotta take care of your feet because your feet take care of you. They've been there from day one, you know? And the womb is the same way, but because we don't see it, we don't treat it like we should. But the womb is what make you God. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's gonna be emotional. I know, like I said, when she read, she was crying and shit. Like, I know I'm gonna be there too. It's got recipes in here, meditations, chants, family. Like, all the books I've ever encouraged somebody to read, if I had known what we were missing. They always say, what book should I start with? I would tell a man or a woman now that to start with this one. It's gonna help every woman to grow. And women grow more people. We grow men and we grow women. But if it would help a man to recognize a woman's worth, then my men could heal my women like they expect us to heal too. We would just be out of control growing. All right, hold on, family. I'm trying to see if I should keep on going a little bit. Just for 10 more minutes, maybe. All right, let's go. Just for 10 more minutes. You do need this book. It's the move. I think at Barnes and Nobles it's like 20 bucks. On Amazon, it was 13. Yeah, so it say 20 bucks. That's what it said on the back. It's about 20 bucks. All right, Sacred Woman Training, how to use this book. Sacred Woman is a spiritual and cultural journey. In order to begin this adventure of discovery and transformation, we must turn our compass south to the sources of the Nile River in the womb of Mother Africa. Just as the Nile flows from south to north, which goes against our preconceived notions of how rivers flow, so do the origins of the culture that we think of today as Egypt. Few understand or fully appreciate that the origins of ancient Egypt also flowed from the south, beginning in the black African source of Kemetic Nubia, giving rise to the celebrated culture of the north. Today, contemporary seekers of various traditions are invoking the spiritual wisdom of their ancestors in order to revitalize such traditions in modern life. Whether it's Native Americans reconnecting with the Great Spirit, or the Chinese drinking freely from the well of Taoist tradition, or Jews debating their Talmudic roots, we have discovered that we cannot become whole unless we understand the wisdom of those upon whose shoulders we stand. African Americans' exploration of their ancestral wisdom teachings has been painfully restricted by the absence of written records. But thanks to the unconquerable and profound legacy of our rich oral tradition and the extraordinary efforts of African and African American historians and scholars, such as Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben Hokanen, Dr. Shava Ali, and Jacob Carruthers, and spiritual leaders who apply ancient that's Machen, Maatin. I see my Matt in there. You know, as spiritual leaders who apply ancient Mat principles to live by today, such as my husband Haru Sen Samaj, we have at last been able to document the true origins of Nubian African culture and its defining and indisputable influence on Kemetic Egyptian culture. Armed with this knowledge, we have been able to tap into the roots of this legacy and bring its fruits to vibrant life. Sacred Woman has given me the opportunity to share the spiritual traditions of ancient Kemet, the mother of northern Egyptian culture, revered in books and museums worldwide. To enter fully into Kemet and the African Nubian tradition, one must set aside many of the preconceptions taught about classical Egypt, its origins, history, and spiritual traditions. This may be difficult for those who question the legitimacy of the African Nubian heritage. I can only suggest that the passport to the realm of the sacred woman is an open mind and a heart willing to honor and experience this wisdom firsthand. Part 1. The ancient ways will introduce you to the spiritual and ethical legacy left to us by our ancient Nubian Kemetic ancestors who have gifted us with our understanding of sacred unity. These teachings have shown us that ancient Kemet was never a polytheistic or animistic culture. This tradition viewed Neter as the undifferentiated one, all divine, from whom all life emanates. It gave the mother-father aspects of the Creator equal respect. The ancient ways will also introduce you to the spiritual guidance embodied in the Neteru, such as Ast or Isis, the great mother African spirit, culture bringer and healer, Mat, who represents truth, balance, harmony, law, and cosmic order, Hetepu, Hathor, the aspect of divine love, beauty, and nurturing, Heru Horus, the sacred warrior of light, the aspect of will. Hold on one second, family. I think there's a creature in here.
What do you think?
I mean, it's cool. He cooling. It ain't like he one of them German roaches you pay white people to come get out your house. Whatever he is, he cooling. He ain't threatening me. I think we should be good. All right. Okay. I appreciate y'all patience. You know what? Like I told y'all, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. If you type them out there, I'll learn. Like, because this is abbreviated, like capital NTRU, Neteru, or, sorry if you hear that traffic in the back. Hetepu is HET-HRU. I don't know, but I feel powerful saying them. That's so dope. That's how it was when I first started chanting. Like, I just jumped out there. I was like, I'm just going to go with the Ra and the Ma and hope I'm not summoning up nothing. And I was immediately started to feel so free. Man, everything, family. Shit. All right, they're going to be getting emotional. Look, Sankofa, man, they took it all, but we can take it back. Understand, it's yours to have. Don't you think that you ain't got shit. You got plenty, and it's yours. You better go back and fetch it. Biscuit. Get your shit. Like I said, if somebody put their foot in your door and clean your house out, you ready to ride. Well, nigga, newsflash, they got you. Your wife, nigga, your husband, they got your kids, your culture, your language, your land, your money. They got you. It's time to fucking bite back. I'll be ready, but that's why I'm trying to get my sacred woman healing on. Okay? So I can put this Ankh high and just put this RBG flag to the side sometime. I'll be ready. All right, we're going to keep pushing. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me through my distractions. Yes, the cat is out the bag. We've been robbed. Thus, the Neteru, who have been mislabeled, the gods and goddesses, are actually manifestations of the wondrous divine attributes of Neter, the mother-father source. This is especially significant to Western women who are more accustomed to receiving their empowerment through worship of a male godhead and the intercession of a male priesthood. The spiritual teachings of ancient Kemet are made relevant today through sacred woman training. By necessity, sacred woman training provides only a brief introduction to ancient Kemet, for indeed the serious study of this civilization could take a lifetime. I offer it to you in the hopes that you will be so fascinated by the truth of its teachings that you will be inspired to explore much more deeply into our rich cultural treasures. First degree, sacred woman training. Gateway 0, the sacred womb. The purpose of first degree sacred woman training is to awaken us to the power of the womb as our physical and psycho-spiritual center. As we enter Gateway 0, we learn how to identify, cleanse, purify, heal, and honor one of the primary gateways of our spiritual power. Through sacred altar work and daily spiritual observances, and through journaling and dialoguing with the spirit of the womb, we learn how to deprogram ourselves from harmful thoughts, attitudes, habits, and relationships. Through Gateway 0, we learn the art of caring for our wombs by offering them the gift of wellness philosophy. This includes the natural living approach to food, womb rejuvenation, techniques, womb affirmations, womb meditations, and learning to use the sacred woman's womb scroll. Most important, we learn how to honor ourselves through an African spiritual and cultural tradition whose sole aim is to bring us into full flower. You may experience your womb work by entering Gateway 0 individually or as a member of a sacred womb circle of 4 to 8 women who gather their forces together for a minimum of 21 days or a maximum of 4 months to purify and heal the womb on a physical, mental, and spiritual level. This process can be extremely rewarding and supportive, so call your girlfriends, co-workers, relatives, and or women's groups to pack their spirit bags and join you as you inaugurate this powerful ascent into your sacredness. Together you will physically purify, pray, meditate, do journal work, make music, and love and support one another as you transform your wombs from a state of disease and disharmony to one of wellness and perfection. First degree sacred woman training lays the foundation of womb wellness that is integral to your experience of the 9 gateways of initiation. Once you have completed Gateway 0, your womb health will be better than ever before, and you will be ready to begin the second stage of your sacred woman training. Second degree sacred woman training. Exploring the 9 gateways individually. Each gateway represents a spiritual rite of passage that will liberate you from your old life and usher you into a new way of being. This work requires a commitment to transform your consciousness from ignorance, denial, and grandiosity to harmonious alignment with your true divine nature as a sacred woman. We do not travel the gateways alone. At each gateway, we are accompanied by the inspiration, grace, protection, and guidance of the spiritual guardians, ancestors, elders, and contemporaries associated with the teachings of each particular gateway. And if we are blessed, the collective energy and transformative power of the sisters also accompany us in our sacred womb circle. Each gateway will introduce you to a specific spiritual legacy that will serve as the next step in the cultivation of your sacred woman consciousness. The gateways and their guardians are Gateway 1, Sacred Word, Tehuti. Gateway 2, Sacred Food, Ta'ert. Gateway 3, Sacred Movement, Bes. Gateway 4, Sacred Space, Nephet. Gateway 5, Sacred Beauty, Hetepu. Gateway 6, Sacred Healing, Sekhmet. Gateway 7, Sacred Relationship, Ma'at. Gateway 8, Atum. Hold on. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. Gateway 8, Sacred Union, Ast. And Gateway 9, Nefer Atum, Sacred Lotus Initiation, Meshkinet and Nefer Atum, Ast and Nefer Atum. Exploring each gateway requires a 7-day commitment and conscious immersion in this profound curriculum. In second degree sacred woman training, you have the option of exploring any of the 9 gateways as a separate course of study. The most important requirement is that the chosen gateway serve as an answer to your prayer. For example, Sarah found herself in a state of constant agitation. She could only utter the harshest criticisms and complaints to her family, co-workers, and friends. When her 4-year-old daughter said, "Mommy, you say too many bad words," Sarah burst into tears, for she knew that her words had indeed become lethal weapons. In the safety of her sacred circle, she knew there was an answer to her dilemma, and she was able to seek refuge in Gateway 1, Sacred Word, where she found herself in the sheltering arms of Tehuti. As Sarah began her journey through Gateway 1 and dedicated herself to its daily spiritual observances, guided meditations, and journaling and transformative work, day by day her life began to change before her eyes. In second degree training, the most important steps are to 1. Read the entire text of the gateway before you begin your work. 2. Commit to a 7-day period in which you have a lighter or more flexible schedule and can prioritize your spiritual work. And 3. Make the hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. sacred, no matter how challenging your daily schedule. Remember, if you put your commitment to spirit first, all the energy you need will be gifted to you. That's it, family. That's where we're going to stop at right now. So tomorrow I'll pick back up again at Gateway 0. And no, I won't. Tomorrow we're going to do chapter 1. Hold on. You know what? We're just a couple of paragraphs away from chapter 1. So let me just knock this on out. That way tomorrow we can pick up at chapter 1. Okay? Hold on. Let me see where I left off at. All right. Third degree sacred woman training. The 9 gateways of sacred initiation and third degree sacred woman training, you make a profound commitment to putting spirit first in your life. Okay, wait, before we go on, because you know I like to get distracted. I keep hearing do work, make time, do work, do work. I was talking to a friend a long time ago, and he told me he done mastered the vegan life. He like, I did it overnight. It was easy for me. And he's like, but as far as me, stop smoking cigarettes and getting meditation in my life and all of that, I don't want to do too many things at one time. So I'm just going to make sure I stay on board the vegan train. Then I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes. And then once I master that, then I'm going to start meditating.